Good morning, CSL Simi Valley. Welcome to a Sunday morning Virch service. So glad to have you with us this morning. Woke up this morning, yes indeed, with the mind stayed on spirit. What a lovely day today. It's already warm. It's going to be a little toasty. You might have to get out there and enjoy the day and enjoy life and enjoy today's idea of being blessed. And there's no better way to be blessed than to start the day with prayer. Let's go to Reverend Jennifer for an opening treatment.
Spirit is all there is, and each one of us here present is spirit, is pure love, is pure joy. So grateful for this time to be able to gather together as spiritual community for a Sunday service, knowing whatever it is each one of us is here to receive, whether it is healing or wholeness, or what it is we are here to give, whether it's love or light, it is already done and perfect in mind. I release these words, and so it is.
And so it is. There are so many opportunities for us to practice our principles, to stay with the truth, and to affirm the world that works for everyone, that is free of discord and pain. So much pain happening, and so much joy. There's all of it wrapped up. But I'm really feeling like, I try to keep our service focused on the spiritual principles and how we can apply them to make a better world for everyone. And every now and then, I see something that just tweaks the brain. There's this thing. Let me get a little newsy here and get on my soapbox. And if you can always hit mute. You're muted. No, I'm not. Button's pushed. The button's pushed today by this idea called constitutional carry. That you can carry a gun without a permit on your hip wherever you go. 22, maybe even now 23 states allow this to take place. In a nation where in the last 8 weeks there has been a shooting of what's considered a mass shooting, that's 4 people or more being killed in a single shooting event. At least one every week for the last 6 weeks in this country. We're talking about a virus pandemic, but there is a pandemic of violence in our nation. And the idea that I have to go to driver's training, carry insurance, and to buy a car, which has multiple purposes, but don't have to have any kind of permit to put a gun on my hip, which only has one purpose, it's something to think about. It's something to consider. It's something that I put my prayer treatment on. I'm not saying what the solution is for each and every individual, but I do feel the call to speak to the idea that if we're going to create this world that works for everyone, that is free of discord and pain, it might include dealing with what it is within us that has us so attracted to violence. I hope you're still here. Stick with me. Stay with us. I'm going to shift gears for just a minute because there is hope for what we're going through in this country, and it is in our youth. We have within our center some beautiful young kids, and a couple of them have been working really hard during Virch to help Dr. Susan with the Play and Learn. And as a result of that, every month we have Volunteer of the Month for commitment to outstanding service for our community. And this month, we celebrate Emily McLaughlin and Maverick Adams as our Volunteers of the Month. They have been on Play and Learn this month and throughout the year, helping Dr. Susan, and now as guest host, right, on camera. But now Maverick is even behind the camera. Gregory Seymour, our video specialist and president of our board of trustees, has been teaching Maverick how to run the switcher. So he is now directing. And anybody who's been on our community salon already knows that Maverick is a burgeoning film director, producer, writer with his own form of stop animation films that he's been sharing with us. And now he's learning the background of this information. See, we are growing the next generation that's going to change the planet in ways that all of us know in our hearts and in our bodies it needs to happen. We know this needs to happen. So, congratulations to Maverick. Congratulations to Emily. Thank you so much for helping out Dr. Susan with Play and Learn. If you haven't seen a Play and Learn, tune in. You can go to our YouTube channel, CSL Simi Valley, and click the list. We have several playlists. There's the Virch playlist, and there's the Play and Learn playlist. Click on that playlist and scroll down, and you'll see where Emily and Maverick have been on the show, and you can watch those episodes and see them in action. Yeah. All right. We're going to go into our meditation moment. Our Virch opportunity here, it has been an opportunity. We've expanded who gets to see us. It's made it very convenient for some folks. We definitely are looking so forward to coming back to the sanctuary. Things are opening up. The board has met. We've got our plan in action, and we know when things are going to happen. And it's looking like, are you ready? I wish Saul were here. June 20th, Father's Day. We'll be back in the sanctuary. Yeah, right? And what a great day, Father's Day, huh? We come back and be all together again. That sounds fantastic. So a few more Virches until then, and some tweaking going on in the building until then, and then we'll be ready to go. Yeah. But the Virch, where I was going with this is, Virch has given our ecclesiastical team a chance ecclesiastical, that's the practitioners and the ministers together, has given them a chance to stretch their creative juices. And we got a creative juice stretch on our gap meditation for today. And I want you to take advantage of it. So settle into that space wherever you are, wherever your particular meditation station is for today. Settle into that space and get ready to take a journey with Reverend Jennifer down to the coast.
And this is the time in our service where we get comfortable in our chairs. Close our eyes. Feet grounded on the floor. Take a deep breath in and out. And we will go into meditation for 1 minute, watching our thoughts as they pass by until we experience that gap between thoughts. And slowly come back into your bodies, into your room, and open your eyes and enjoy the rest of our service.
Well, good morning, CSL Simi Valley. It is good to be here today. I'm so grateful to be with you. I'm grateful that you're here with me. This is Ray Davis, all the way from Los Angeles. It ain't really that far, but this first song is a song based on Yeshua's teachings known as the Beatitudes. And it's all about who we really are, even as we're, as light workers, holding the space for joy and peace in a higher way of being in a world that seems so divided sometimes. But understand, we are blessed to be doing this work. This song is called Blessed. Bringing light to the darkness, and the rising sun will call you blessed. If you are one who in darkness will nurture the light, then the setting moon will know your name. Your name is blessed, for you are tested, for you are rebuked and you are scorned. Though they revile you, they can't defile you, for all receive their just reward, just reward. If you are one, being light in the darkness, then the blazing sun will call you blessed. If you are one, who in darkness reveals the light, then the glowing moon will speak your name. If some accuse you, if they abuse you, it's just that they don't know what they are. They have rejected what you have accepted. They fear the light and you shine like a star. Blessed is your name, even as they set their evil eye upon. So rejoice again, I say rejoice, as you make your choice and raise your voice. Food for the hungry, shelter for the homeless, water for the thirsty, support for the oppressed. See, you are the blessing when they pray to be blessed. There's no need to fight when you are the light. Just shine, shine, shine. Oh yeah. You're the promise of light in the darkness, and the setting sun, he calls you blessed. Oh, lovely one, from the darkness shine, shine your light. For the rising moon, she sings your name. Your name is blessed, blessed. La 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 la. Your name is blessed. Oh.
Is that man smooth or what? And that groove. Oh my God. Well, I don't know. Sit down, everybody. I know, because you were up. I know you had to be up. Blessed, let it shine, shine, shine. Let yourself shine. Be blessed. I'm so happy he put that song out for us, one of his own creations. To be blessed. That's today's talk title. Be blessed. Just think about that for a minute. Do you feel it? Do you feel your blessings? Do you live in that space of being blessed? Sometimes life circumstances put doubt in that idea that I am living a blessed life. A little doubt shows up. Hey, but you know what? Shh. Doubt is a good thing. Doubt is an incredibly powerful emotion because doubt is quite useful because doubt offers the opportunity for reflection. Doubt offers the opportunity for exploration, to look a little deeper. What is it that I'm doubting? Why am I doubting? I understand. Reverend Stephen tells us we live in our teachings, we see it in our readings. God is one. There's one life. That life is God's life. That life is my life, your life, right here and right now. And so when we know that is the truth of who we are, what is this doubt about? So we get to ask the question. We get to ask the question and reflect on it. What's showing up for me? Where is this happening? Okay, well, there's a spiritual truth in me, and I'm looking out at the world right now, and it doesn't seem to reflect this spiritual truth within me. Do I actually believe? Yes. Yes, I do. I accept it. And I know that Spirit is in all, and that Spirit is all. That all of it is Spirit. And if I can hold that idea, when I can hold that idea, I become empowered. You become empowered. We become empowered to know. Dr. Holmes just drills it in on us. He never wants us to forget this one true fact. That the one encompasses and flows through all, spilling itself into numberless forms and personalities. Therein lies the rub. Numberless forms and personalities. And sometimes there are some personalities that just don't work. I have a friend who has a large family. And this large family at one time, it's been years now, so all these kids are now grown up, but they had dozens of cousins. And they were very close. And there was one particular cousin that he was a little challenged to be around. He was an interesting personality. He had a lot of allergies. And the allergies made him a little sickly and sometimes a little needy and sometimes a little fretty, and it wasn't always a joy to be around him. And one of the uncles was taking this young man to see the other cousins, and the one little kid said to the uncle, I don't really want to go with Mick and see Mickey. It's not that I don't like him, it's just his personalities. His personalities. The numberless forms, the numberless personalities can sometimes make us go, really? Yikes. Or it's scary. The realities that we see, as I spoke about at the top of the service, the reality is that you're not safe in your workplace. You're not safe in the movie theater. You're not safe at the shopping mall. It's just all of these places that we're like looking over our shoulders constantly. So Spirit guides us to look within, to know that through direct revelation, our intuitive nature will inform us exactly what is right and perfect for us to do, to live a blessed life and to help all live a blessed life. The truth will be revealed to us through our close contact with that which resides within us. We are so busy looking at the externals that we forget that all the answers for all the challenges reside right within us. We just need to dive in and go there and quit looking for somebody else to do it. If the urge is calling you, if you're seeing something that's disturbing you, that disturbance is a message. That doubt is a message. That concern is a message that's saying, I have your attention. The problem, I have your attention. The challenge, I have your attention, because you are the one to give the attention to the problem and to help change it. It's not like life is happening over here and God's life is all dry and perfect. There's not that life and God's perfect life. There's just life. There's just life, and we must move through it with trust, because God's life is our life, one life. This is why we deal in principle. The principles are power. That's where the power is. The principles are always working. It doesn't matter what I put on the piece of paper. I can put 2 + 3 equals 5. No, that's wrong. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. Here, let me try it again. I'm going to back that up. I could say 2 + 3 = 4, but the truth of the matter, the principle of mathematics says that 2 + 2 = 4 and 2 + 3 is 5, and if I say it's 4, it's wrong. I got to The principle is always working. Whether I am conscious or unconscious of it, it is still working. When I made that mistake a minute ago, the addition formula that I was talking about was still true, no matter what was coming out of my mouth. Whether I was saying 2 plus 3 is 4, or 2 plus 4 is 5, or had it the right way where 2 plus 3 is 5 and 2 plus 2 is 4, it doesn't matter what's coming out of here. The principle says that 2 and 3 is 5 and 2 and 2 is 4. That's principle. See, so we get to apply these spiritual principles that exist just like these physical principles that exist. That's what the science of mind is all about. So when I have a doubt about my hesitation about taking an action, I just know that that's my opportunity to practice the science of mind, to practice the science of the world, and to dive in with my intuition into an awareness of what is right and what is perfect to be done. How I can move into being blessed, how I can feel my blessed experience. Carolyn Mace talks about this. She says that, and I love this. This is where rubber hits the road, my friends. We are all responsible for what we have contributed to all of creation. We are all responsible for what we have contributed to all of creation. Think about that. Life is a journey of responsibility. Life is a journey of responsibility. St. Augustine says of the journey that we should love and do what you like. The challenge, the problem, is not loving and doing what I like when I love it. The challenge is loving what I do not like. Loving the opposition. Loving the person that's different than me. Loving the person that has a different idea of what is right than me. Can I still practice the principle of love in that situation and then do what love informs me to do, which may not necessarily be what I like? Love may ask me to do something really hard. Love may ask me to change. What? Change? No, you change. Maybe I need to change to really be blessed, to know exactly what to do, to be a center. We call ourselves the Center for Spiritual Living because we want to be centered in a life that is spiritually lived. We want to be a center for all to come to experience this spiritual life that we love and adore and practice on a regular basis. But the other thing about a center is that things from the center radiate outward. So we want to be a center of divine love that radiates outward. We want to be a center of using the spiritual principles that radiates outward. We want to be attractors of, as opposed to simply promoters of. We want to be attractors and reflectors of what a great life it is that we get to live. We want to help people awaken to their magnificence by using this creative power that we have within us to create that world that works for everyone. And we get the messages. We know what to do. We go to the here it is. Here it is, right? It's a lovely book. They call it the Bible. It's like a manual for living. Now you have to dig down into it and listen to the stories and see and apply the stories for yourself. And look deeper, like the story of the sheep and the goats in Matthew 25:31 through 46. It's not about sheep and goats. And it's not about going to hell and gnashing of teeth. It's about something very central to living a blessed life. In that story, Jesus is now on his throne, and he's out, the angels are around, and he's speaking to the multitudes. And he has divided the people from the sheep and the goats. Don't get caught up in whether you're a sheep or a goat. That's not important. But what he says to the sheep that are gathered to his right: when I was hungry, you gave me something to eat. When I was thirsty, you gave me drink. When I was a stranger, you invited me in. When I needed clothes, you clothed me. When I was sick, you took care of me. When I was in prison, you came to visit me. And they say, when did we do that? We didn't do that. And he says, yes, when you did it to the least of these, you did it to me. Stay with me now in heaven. We know heaven is a state of mind, state of consciousness, state of where we feel a sense of peace. When we give to the hungry, when we share with the thirsty, when we invite in the stranger, when we clothe the naked and help the sick and visit the prisoned. And I don't mean prison necessarily in jail. People are imprisoned in their consciousnesses too. They're imprisoned in their lives. They're imprisoned in the I can't and I woulda, I coulda, shoulda. Oh my God, I hate myself. All of that is a prison as well, right? When we can help people get out of that, they live in a state of bliss, in a state of blessedness, in a state of heaven, in consciousness. Then there's the other side that didn't give the food, didn't give the drink, didn't invite in the stranger, and in fact locked and closed the door, kept the clothes to themselves, forget the health care to everyone, and would forget visiting someone who was imprisoned or different or looked different than themselves. And then the Lord on high said to them, you shall go into an eternal hot place, basically. But what he's saying is there's not hell and damnation. No, there is a ease within us when we don't give of our resources. It hurts ourselves when we are not being that center radiating outward. To be truly blessed, we must be that center. We must recognize this opportunity that we have to share our gifts and to be loving at all. This is something that our dear friend Ray totally understood in a song that he wrote. I want to share this with you right now.
It's easy to blame somebody else for what's going wrong, but if I listen to the words of Yeshua as they show up in Matthew 25, a wonderful story he told, it's not how I'm treated so much. It's really more a matter of how I'm treating others, whether it's what I'm doing to them physically, but it also how I'm treating them in my own heart and my mind. This song is called The Least of These. I've got something on my mind, and it's high time for my confession. To the world I may seem kind, and a success in my profession. But when I search deep in my soul, I find a hole about the size of your oppression. And I wonder, could it be the solution is calling for me? Whatever I've done to the least, whatever I've done to the least, whatever I've done to the least of these, I've done it, I've done it, I've done it to me. Maybe I can see the signs, maybe I don't want to name it. Maybe I believe some lies, but it breaks my heart to claim it. And maybe I've been socialized to minimize the pain you feel and just reframe it. So I'm wondering now, can I be a solution somehow? Whatever I've done to the least, whatever I've done to the least, whatever I've done to the least of these, I've done it, I've done it, I've done it to me. I just can't take it no more. Yeah. Blaming somebody else for my life, for my life, my life, my life, my life, now I am ready to start. I'll change my mind, change my heart. I will open up, really open to love, 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 to love, 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 sweet. Whatever I've done to the leaves, whatever I've done to the leaves, whatever I've done to the leaves, of these. Oh, whatever I've done to the least, whatever I've done to the least. Oh, whatever I've done to the least of these. When I've done it, I've done it, I've done it to me.
Ray, exactly. Couldn't have said it any better. Was writing the talk, got the music in this week, and went, yes, that is it in a nutshell. No more blaming. See, here's the deal. Be blessed is it's like there's a lot of Christian songs that use fundamental Christian songs that use the term "be blessed." Turn it all over to Jesus and allow yourself to be blessed. Yes, but he clearly says, "The Father and I are one. You shall go out and do greater works than these." To truly be blessed means no more blaming it, as Ray says in that song. No more waiting on someone else. It's time to change your heart, to open to love. And when you do that, that's when the blessings start to flow. Because when we set up, Dr. Emerson says, get out of the way of the divine circuit. Get your bloated nothingness out of the way. Congestion blocks the circuit, and imitation is suicide. We have our own individual ways that we are to be, and being blessed allows us, let me back it up and say it this way. By doing that individualized thing within us that we are called to do, we open the door for our blessings. See, to be blessed is to be a blessing. It's to use your choice as a useful tool. Because when you use choice in a useful, conscious way, remember, the principle is always working. The opportunity is practice the science through an intuitive awareness of the divine living within each and every one of us. When we use choice as a tool to realize life's fullness, then we don't have to blame. We don't have to wait on someone else. We change our heart. We open to love. As he says in the song, I love this line from the song. Maybe I've believed some lies. It breaks my heart to claim it. Maybe I've been socialized to minimize the pain you feel. We're able to step over a homeless person laying in front of a building without a blanket on them. We're able to overlook a classroom, spend money. LA School District many years ago passed some big bonds to build new schools. The city was very on time with that. But the bonds to put the books in the new libraries in the new schools failed. When we can build buildings but not fill them with the necessary tools for education, you see, we have been socialized to minimize the pain we feel. We need to unsocialize ourselves and begin the journey of responsibility. Remember Carolyn Mace? Think about it. We are responsible for what we have contributed to all of creation. Life is a journey of responsibility. On that journey of responsibility, we have something that we must do. We must make our choices and use those choices effectively if we're going to create that world that works for everyone. If we're going to create a world where we don't have to walk over people laying in the street, where we don't have to wake up in the news every morning or once a week and hear about some mass shooting, when we don't have to hear about two sides in a body of legislature that cannot agree on anything. We must stop believing in lies that are breaking our heart. We must claim that we have been hoodwinked away from the joy of letting love prevail, letting love be the dominant force that moves our lives. This journey of responsibility, being response-able, is up to each and every one of us. Reverend Jennifer was reading one of Dr. Jim's books, and she came across a quote that I think is really perfect for this idea that we're talking about right now.
Your ability to choose defines you as a human. Your choice to use that ability with love and intelligence defines you as a realized human being.
That realized human being is also a blessed human being. Your ability to choose defines you as a human. Your choice to use that ability with what? With love and intelligence. The love is within the heart. The divine intelligence is when we stick into our intuition and go within. Know thyself. Be still and know that I am God. When we can do those things, we become that blessed, or what Dr. Jim calls the realized human. See, choice is a constant. Even when you don't choose, you have chosen. The choice has already happened. The self-realized blessed one is aware the choice is already happening and uses that ability of choice consciously. We don't allow ourselves to believe in lies. We don't live in a space where we have been socialized to minimize our pain, where we're waiting on someone else. We change our own heart. We open to love. For the one is encompassing and flowing through all things, numberless forms and personalities. So being a blessing and being blessed calls for a searching. Ray talked about it in his song. He says, when I search deep in my soul, I find a hole about the size of your oppression. Did you catch that line? When I searched deep in my soul, I found a hole about the size of your oppression. Our sense of feeling incomplete where I began this talk with the idea of doubt being a useful form of for reflection and exploration. When I feel the doubt, when I feel the hesitation to take action, it's coming from an incomplete space within me that is a hole in my heart, and that hole in my soul is about the size of your oppression, the size of your hurt, the size of your pain. See, we're all here together in this thing. It's time. We talk about individualized, not individuals. We're not islands separated. We're simply aspens growing in our own light toward the sun, but rooted in one body. You know that about the aspens, right? The aspen grove is one living organism, not 100 or 1,000 separate trees. One tree growing 1,000 separate ways. And that's us as well. That's a metaphor for our experience of life. See, this blessing center knows what to do, how to do it, and is doing it. We have the know-how, and we take the necessary steps to utilize our know-how. Alan Watts says, like medicine, shoemaking, cookery, tailoring, farming, or carpentry, living together requires a certain know-how. Our spiritual principles give us that certain know-how. Our teaching gives us that certain know-how. Our connection to the divine, when we take advantage of it, gives us that certain know-how. And that know-how comes from understanding how to complete the following sentence. I am. I am. Your know-how says I am capable. Your know-how says I am responsible. Your know-how says I am loving. Your know-how says I am compassionate. Your know-how says I am able. Your know-how says I am aware. Your know-how says I am of service. Your know-how says I am enough. Say those with me again. I am capable. I am responsible. I am loving. I am compassionate. I am able. I am aware. I am of service. I am enough. I be blessed. Be a blessing. And so it is.
Let's read our affirmation together. My blessings are assured as I consciously choose which words follow I am.
My blessings are assured as I consciously choose which words follow I am. It's now time for our revealing prayer, where we get to speak the truth of who and what we are and know that truth for all. Join me now. Recognize the one divine presence that is God, that is the animating spirit of our being, that puts the impulse of life in each and every one of us, and therefore we are unified in this thing called life, in this divine experiment that is resting in space on the mothership, Mother Earth. So in this moment, I'm declaring each and every one of us is a blessing, and that we capture the glory and the victory of that idea and act from that idea, that we stand in the world as a blessing, and in so doing, bless all who we come into contact with, who come into contact with us. We do that by standing in the strength of our capability, by standing in the presence of our awareness, by standing in our enoughness to spread the love and the cheer, to break away from any socialized ideas that do not allow us to see our common humanity, and we move in a place of harmony and divine impulsion toward good. That good showing up as right action, as divine harmony, as perfect health, as the resolution of any kind of discord, as the comfort of those who are dealing with loss or transition, as the joy of those that are dealing with birth and resurrection, as the excitement of those that are dealing with just the glory of a new day and the bright sunshine that is waiting for us to take advantage of. For life is right there, awaiting our call. And the call says, be blessed, be a blessing. Accept this truth. I know this truth for each and every one of us, and that we easily accept it, live it, and claim it, and make it our own as we create that world that works for everyone. Feeling a deep sense of gratitude for this knowledge, feeling a deep sense of gratitude for the principles that allow this prayer to be made manifest in time and space in the lives of all who are here right now. I know this is the outpouring of Spirit. I know this is how it works, and it's working right here and right now for each and every one of us as I release this word with that love and gratitude into a perfect law that says, yes, yes, yes. And so it is. And so it is.
From the fading light of the evening to the growing glow of the day, I am perfectly held in your hands, my one. And as the sun ascends to its glory, and in beauty gives its rays, I stay surrounded. For in you I live, move, have my being. Do I love you, my one? I do. There is none to love but you. There is nothing that can undo my love for you, my one. If I feel afraid for my future, or believe that no one really cares, still I'm perfectly held in your hands, my one. So whether I ascend in bright ecstasy or fall in dark despair, I'm there surrounded. For there's nowhere where your love can't find me. Do I
Ray Davis. Okay, folks, you heard him. He started out acting like L.A. was so far away, and he said, "That's not that far." So when we come back in person, I think we're going to have some live Ray Davis in the sanctuary. What you say about that? That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much for your lovely music. It's so tied in with what we were talking about today. And I love you, buddy. He's also guitar player, fantastic trumpet player, writes those songs. Mega talent. Glad to have him. Glad to have him. This is the time when we shift gears a little bit and offer a sense of appreciation in a financial form for our center and all that we do. And now that we know that we're on our way to coming back in person, there's a few things we need to do. So we continue to keep the building fresh and alive and active for you all, but also the programs, the opportunities for sharing, the work we do at the Samaritan Center, at the Senior Center, the volunteering efforts that we do, and how we show up in the community. It's all part of what you help us do through your financial contributions. So if you'd like to, we have a number of ways you can do it. One is ways to support the community. It's through our website, cslcme.org/donating, or you can text the word give and use our new Breeze system, texting to 805-600-5677. Put in your amount and use the ACH method. It saves a little bit on the charges. Credit card charges are a little more expensive than doing the ACH, but it doesn't matter. However it works, it's all God, and it's all helping somebody somewhere. And then we have the call the office method, 805-527-0870. Those are the ways you can give, and then we anchor this giving for each and every one of us with our prayer of affirmation, our statement of affirmation of abundance, and let's do that all together. Here it is for you right there. Boom. Divine love, it's doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for CSL Simi Valley. Now, let me hear from wherever you are. Divine love is victorious. And today's announcements.
so grateful for the abundance that is spirit, and so grateful for this offering that has been given so purely from so many hearts. May this offering assist the Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley, continue on with its mission. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Reverend Jennifer. Thanks for all those that are going to be participating in the activities that are upcoming this week. Remember, we have extended the Conscious Giving program. It's a great poetry or spiritual practice on Wednesday. Come on out and please take advantage of don't take advantage of, avail yourself of the beautiful consciousness of our practitioners and allow them to pray for you. All right? Beautiful week. We're grateful to all those that are in support of what we do and all those that have been tuning in today. Great comments. I think some birthdays coming up. There's an anniversary out there. I think John and Cherie are doing their anniversary. Let me look down and see what other comments we are. Yes, Linda, we will put Celia on our prayer list. Absolutely. Yes, thank you, Darlene, for your comments about the aspens and yeah, we're celebrating lovebirds. Absolutely. Ray, you were a major hit, I see. Lovely folks. I really enjoyed everything that you have done. And Jan, we know that you will be dancing very, very soon. Blessings to each and every one of you. And I know there are other comments. Couldn't see them all, but I'm just grateful to see the activity that's going on in the background while you're here. And hi, Auntie Ruth. I know you're here from South Carolina. And T. Michael, Minnesota. We got a coast to coast and border to border. That's us. CHL, Simi Valley, Virch. Okay. Let's close with our closing benediction, and then we'll have Ray sing us out. I want to go back to that song one more time. The least of these. Just powerful, powerful tune. So join me as we say our closing benediction and allow these words to land on your heart and to guide you throughout the rest of your day. It is that I'm at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love. And we will have a Virch service. I just forgot to remind you about that. We will have Virch right after this. So stay tuned for that. I am living love. And now here is our dear friend Ray to send us home.
I've got something on my mind, and it's high time for my confession. To the world I may seem kind and a success in my profession, but when I search deep in my soul, I find a hole about the size of your oppression. And I wonder, could it be the solution is calling for me? Whatever I've done to the least, whatever I've done to the least, whatever I've done to the least of these, I've done it, I've done it, I've done it to me. Maybe I can see the signs, maybe I don't want to name it. Maybe I believe some lies, but it breaks my heart to claim it. And maybe I've been socialized to minimize the pain you feel and just reframe it. So I'm wondering now, can I be a solution? somehow. Whatever I've done to the least, whatever I've done to the least, whatever I've done to the least of these, when I've done it, I've done it, I've done it to me. I just can't take it no more. Yeah. Blaming somebody else for my life, for my life, my life, my life, my life, for life. Now I am ready to start. I'll change my mind, change my heart. I will open, really open to love, 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 to love, 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 sweet. Whatever I've done to the least, whatever I've done to the least, whatever I've done to the least of these. Oh, whatever I've done to the least, whatever I've done to the least. Oh, whatever I've done to the least